1,000 Words podcast. Join us as we discuss the antics of pro athletes, sports politics, and everything in between. No sport nor athlete is off limits. Now, get you a pitcher of wine and enjoy the show. Here are your hosts, Lene and Linnell Fletcher, aka the Fletcher Twins.
Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of A Picture's Worth 1,000 Words podcast. It's your girl Nelly Nail.
And it's your girl Nate. What it do, boo?
That's right. And over here, I have ran out of wine and didn't go to the store today, so I'm drinking on a Nene, which is Tito's vodka and cranberry. Wait, no, it's not technically a Nene because I use cranberry instead of cran mango, so it's just a drink. What you got?
I got the Nene. And I'm surfboarding today. Surfboard.
Okay, since if y'all watching on the YouTube, y'all already see that this past weekend we got our hair braided. Mine is pulled back in a slick ponytail. As you can see, I got into
hair. Come on and braid my hair back in my hood.
Okay.
Sorry.
Mine is in a slick back ponytail. And Nays, you can describe yours before I describe my ratchet appointment.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just got regular, what do they call the poetic justice plaits, with a little blue highlight in there, just a tad bit of blue. You know, you want to make it fun. Medium. And they very long this time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't ask, but let me show y'all if y'all watch on YouTube. They is a very, like, I can't even show. Yeah, past my butt.
Yeah, they're under your butt. I told my girl don't do mine under my butt, but it's like in the middle, but whatever. I was like, I work at an office, man. I need to be able to go to work, okay? And not get written up. Anyway, and speaking of that, before we get to my ratchet appointment.
Hold on, because that's funny you said that, because she asked me when she was doing my hair, your job won't care if you get blue hair, and I was like, I don't know, because I didn't read the handbook, y'all. So after she did my hair, I came back and I read through the handbook to see if it was like any dress code violations in there or anything. They don't got no policy on it.
Okay, so you can come there with pink hair for all they care. They don't make rules until they see somebody that they think is outside, then they make the rule. Whatever. Anyway, my new office is in Boca Raton, Florida. So yes, now I work in Palm Beach County. And so I'm trying to get a home in Deerfield. And speaking of that, one of my offers did get verbally accepted. So all we need the seller to do is sign the paperwork, and then we can start with the inspection and the appraisal and everything. So within the next coming days, y'all, I should be a homeowner in Deerfield Beach, which is 15 minutes away from my job in Boca. I went to Boca because I followed my favorite manager, Ian. We a good team, y'all, and he look out for me and I look out for him, if you know what I mean.
Oh my God.
Anyway, and my appointment. Okay. I'm not even gonna go to everything. I'm just gonna say the most ratchet thing that happened. The girl did the appointment at her house, which is normal. That's fine. And as I'm sitting in the chair, I see her dude keep walking back and forth outside, and every time he walked back and forth, you got to pass me because I'm like right there, and he's on crutches, right? So the first time he walked past me, I happened to look at his watch. I don't know why, maybe because my head was like this and I could only see his arm. So in my head, I said, why because it was a Saturday early morning. In my head, I said, why he got on such a fancy watch for on a Saturday morning, right? So keep that in mind. And then I was able to lift my head up and I saw his face. I said, good morning, whatever. And I noticed he had on a nice chain too. Whatever. So hours go by and the TV was on a YouTube kid channel because they have kids that was watching it. But I guess he didn't want to watch it anymore. So he changed it to some music, right? Why the video he put on, y'all, was a video of him rapping. I guess he's some type of rapper. And I'm like, I don't know if you want me to know you're a rapper or you trying to sell me a CD later. What is going on? And
Mm-hmm.
then the second video he put on, the girl in the video, I believe was my hair braider, like the
Oh
love
my,
interest. So
I
I was like, get
cannot.
me out of here. Get me out of here. But anyway, she did an okay job. I'm not going back to her because she's too expensive just for an okay job. But for now, I'm going to the girl that do Janae hair. And she took no, y'all. I told y'all I'm used to 2 hours. My legs got numb, and then it was a sharp pain shooting through it. And I kept moving. I knew she was like, you need to stop, but no, I need to stretch. So I'm not gonna try any more, but I do. It came out good, but whatever. How was your experience? But oh yeah, and we watched. Tell them about the movies we watched at your girl house.
Oh yeah, so I went to my girl. I'm a regular, and so she already know what's up.
Oh,
She always do great. But the thing is about her, she like really grips my edges. Like I have to remember to tell her to leave some edges out because she don't be leaving them out, y'all. She don't leave nothing out, Nathan. But she do a good job. She didn't take that long. But girl, she had, usually I go over there and she had a TV on Lifetime. We be watching Lifetime movies and discussing them. This time, y'all, she had a TV on Tubi. Yeah, and y'all know Tubi is the ghetto Lifetime. Basically, that's what it is. Because the acting is terrible and the
mhm.
storylines are the same pretty much as Lifetime movies. But we watched three new movies. They was interesting and we was laughing and talking about them.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. So them clips y'all be watching, or them clips they be circling, those are the worst of the worst. But because the three movies we watched wasn't too bad. Like I was actually interactive with the movie. So I was like, okay, Tubi, we see you. Y'all gonna be the next BET. Okay. BET minus instead of BET plus.
Oh
It's
my
gonna be
God.
BET minus. Anyway,
I
let's get into some
cannot.
stories from around the league. Um, Sadly, our first story is, I think his name was Alex. It's Alex or Alan Collins just passed away. He was only 28 years old, literally around the corner in Lauderdale Lakes on a motorcycle, got into a crash. So condolences to his family. 28 is very young. Former Oakland Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs III, we talked about him, who killed the lady and her dog because he was speeding.
Hmm.
He pled guilty and he got 3 to 10 years. So he probably get out after year 3 with good behavior. Michael Lorenzen throw his 14th no-hitter in Philly, or throw a 14th no-hitter in Philly's history, and the first since 2015. Ezekiel Elliott is signing with your team a 1-year deal with the Patriots, I think $6 million. And that's a low ball. That's a
It
low ball figure
is.
for
Did you just see my
Ezekiel,
face? It is. That's kind of low, especially
especially
for it to be him.
who he is. He used to be like the #1 running back in the league. Like, I don't know what had happened, but he need to reverse it. He need to reverse. But no, that's because Dallas only want to pay Zeke, and we already know what it is.
Because
Um,
that's what?
Only want to pay Zeke. Not Zeke. They quarterback. What's it called? Zach. Is it Zach?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that like that.
Dak. I knew it right. Dak. Dak. They only want to pay Dak. But anyway, Super Bowl champ Brashad Breeland was arrested and is facing several charges, including possession of drugs and firearms. So this what happened. He was in a stolen Benz from Florida. Why everything happened to or in
I
Florida?
don't understand. I really don't. I
I,
don't get it.
it's crazy. So he was in a stolen Benz from Florida. They pulled him over. I don't know why they pulled him over. Maybe they I don't know why they put him over, but he had AR-15s in the car and AK-47s. He posted mine. He also like changed the serial number on the tag or something like that. Like what were you going to do? Where were you headed? What are your thoughts on that? I need to know where he was headed.
He was going to shoot up somebody. Somebody done shorted him by $20. And he was going to settle the score. Okay, that's
That's
where he was headed.
crazy.
So they let him got
AK-47
pulled up.
is we in a war zone right now because those are war zone weapons.
Yeah.
AK-47s and AR-15s. What are you doing? We need to get to the bottom of this. Trust me, we gonna get to the bottom of it because we need to know who he was after. They need to go on witness protection
You
because it's
sure
not
they
over.
you sure they weren't headed to Alabama? Hmm. Hmm.
No, all the people in Alabama got their charges, and most of them got them dismissed. So yeah. But let's get to this big story of the day. When I saw this the other day, I was like, what? Is this really true? Is this true or was the movie true? Yes, we talking about the blind side. Yeah, we got blindsided by this story.
Oh
Okay.
my.
So the subject of the movie The Blind Side, Michael Oher, he's a former football NFL player. He filed a lawsuit against his adoptive parents. He's now retired. He he said that them adopting him was a get rich scheme for the two what or the Toohey family. Like they only did it to get rich. Only to find out 6 months ago they never adopted him. Instead, they tricked him into signing papers, making them his conservators and enriching themselves. And the parents' name are Sean and Leah, something like that. So and he signed this less than 3 months after he turned 18. And they
Hmm.
gave them the legal authority to make business deals in his name, right? The petition also alleges that they use their powers as conservators to strike deals that paid them and their two biological kids millions of dollars
Wow.
from royalties from the movie The Blind Side that earned more than $300 million. But he said he ain't got nothing off of it, and the story wouldn't have been a story or a movie without him, which is correct. Um, so in the years since, they still call him their adoptive child and still use his name to promote their foundations as well as her book and her being a motivational speaker. Like they use that to get the people to come in because it was an interesting story. It was a good movie, right?
Yeah.
Um, so he learned of this in February of this year. He learned that the conservatorship did not provide him any familiar relationship with them. But he's claimed he only signed it based on the fact that he would be their adoptive child, like he would be family, right? So the dad spoke out and said he was stunned by the allegation and that they didn't make any money off the movie, only a share of the proceeds from Michael's book, which was the foundation for the film. And he said, we're devastated. It's upsetting to think we will make money off of any of our kids. So the petition is asking them to end the conservatorship, issue an injunction barring them from using his name and likeness, and seeks a full accounting of the money they made by using his name, and have the couple pay him his fair share of the profits and punitive damages. And also, the man Sean, the dad, came out with another statement today, or his lawyer came out with another statement. What did he say? He basically said, "Oh, he said the guy Michael is lying, and he tried to extort $15 million from them before letting out the petition, basically saying I won't let out these negative stories about y'all if y'all give me $15 million." So that was
Now,
said
that could
today.
be true.
So
That could be
what?
true. That part could be true.
And so could his Michael's part about
Yeah.
them lying. So what do you even think about this? Like, what are your thoughts? Do you remember the movie first of all?
I vaguely remember the movie. I wasn't it a part in the movie where he got into like a car accident or something and he put his hand over to save the little white kid and but they thought it was his fault and then later on they saw his arm was injured, meaning which proved that he protected the white kid and not himself. I think that was it. But anyway, so no, I noticed one thing when the father said, or the adoptive father said his statement, he didn't deny not being the adoptive father. So obviously, so that part is true. He never got adopted.
He
First
never
of
got
all, who
adopted.
adopted the 18-year-old anyway? I don't know. Because you grown. You done. You're done. You
Wait,
shouldn't.
no,
You aged out of the system.
wait, no. I think Oh wait, yeah, because it said 3 months after. Yeah, yeah, okay. Because they knew he was about to make money. But I think he was living with them before he turned 18. He was homeless. How? I don't know. But I think he was, but they didn't sign a conservatorship till they knew he was about to make some money in the league. They
But
probably didn't even know
also,
about a book, about a movie coming out. They probably didn't even think a movie could come out, but they knew, they saw the NFL money.
yeah. But also, because I saw what a lot of people have been saying about it, saying craziness like I guess Sandra Bullock won an Oscar for that. So saying they should take that back and all this
They,
and all that.
they
And
took
I'm
Millie
like, first
Vanilli's
of
back.
all,
They took
first
Millie Vanilli's Grammy back because they was fake singing, and this is a fake story. Take it back.
that she want fake acting though. First, so whether the movie is true or not, it has nothing to do with her acting. And so if her acting was good enough to get an Oscar, then she need to keep her Oscar. But also for y'all out there, because I am a film guru. I'm a
Oh
film
God.
guru. Okay, first of all, y'all need to know if a film says based on a true story, that means that everything in that story or in that film is not true. Everything isn't 100% true. Now, on the other hand, if you see something like a documentary of the life of Jeffrey Dahmer, that
Look.
is true. That is true. Okay,
Oh
that's
my
the
God.
difference.
You done?
Yeah.
They need to take it back. And somebody, I seen somebody comment that said they need to take that back and give it to her for the net. Remember the movie The Net?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But no,
Mm-hmm.
acting is fake, and they need no, because I know that family. I remember the mama and dad at the Oscars, because she thanked them doing their speech, or she shouted them out, and they were in the audience. So they went to they made so much money off of this, and continue because now they're known as the people who adopted this man. But yeah, he didn't deny the adoption. And I think they said the reason they made I forgot they said the real reason they made a conservatorship, but that's all you make a conservatorship for is to handle the finances. Because
Yeah.
we all know Britney Spears got a conservatorship on her, so
But
that's
they took it. That it's done. She got out of it.
they need to bring it back. Um,
Oh,
he should have had some kind of legal rep. See, this is why us watching all these documentaries and all this stuff that we watch, people probably think we crazy, but we actually learn from these true documentaries and stuff. He should have had a representative there, somebody in his corner. But of course, the white saviors probably reassure him, oh, this is
I
what this is for,
cannot.
this is what this is for. And now he probably broke and need money. At least give him some of the profits for the movie. The movie was based off of his story.
Yeah,
It
and
was
you know, at 18, first of all, at 18, I don't expect him to read, and if he do read through all of it, which I don't expect him to, I don't expect him to understand all of it. Remember some of the 18-year-old football players at Florida State didn't even know how to write a check, y'all. They didn't know how to go to it was an on-campus bank, SunTrust Bank, that was FSU Bank at the time. They didn't know how to go in there, fill out like a withdrawal slip, a deposit slip. They didn't know how to fill out checks. They don't know what they doing. So I know he didn't read the fine print.
because they told him what it was for. They probably, I forgot what they said. He said they told him it was for. But it's just unbelievable that they making money. And it reminds me, I just saw, speaking of signing documents in football. I just saw the Johnny football documentary, untold documentary on Netflix. It's so good. Oh my God. But yeah, cause back then it wasn't no NIL deal. So he wasn't making no money, but the school was making billions of dollars off of him. And they even started selling his jerseys and he wasn't making nothing. So
That's
he did his own thing to make money on the side. He was smart. But yeah, they just be making money off these athletes, and it's not fair. And I hope he win this thing, because if they ever even have uh what is it called? If they ever even have one tape of the mom and dad saying calling him adoptive son, then that's proof enough, right? That's proof. They always say son, and I think in the movie they said it was adoption. So he thought
But
That he
now
was
you
born
got to
18.
remember it's based off a true story, which means some of that in that story is not true. And maybe that's why it was advertised as based off a true story. Maybe the film like the director and producers covered themselves. So they could just come out and be like, well, we never said this was true. We never said this was true.
And I'm not mad at the film. I'm mad at the two parents because I know they made him think they was a part of the family. And he probably, I forgot what he said he was signing in February. He was looking through something, and that's how he found out. But he probably needs some money and probably asked him for some money, and they said no. And then he probably looked into it. Like, I'm supposed to be y'all child, right? I'm supposed to inherit what y'all have when y'all die. But no, only two white kids gonna did it when y'all made most of y'all money off of me. That's not right. And I hope he win this lawsuit because everybody in the world thought they adopted that black boy, that big black boy. That's not, they completely took advantage, and that's not right.
That's not right. Not right at
People
all.
nowadays need to get smart and
Read. You know they always say if white people wanted to hide something from black people, just put it in a book.
And that's true, but I like reading, so you ain't gonna hide nothing from me. I'm trying to think when I was 18, could I have been, no, I don't know, but I probably would have looked I would have Googled what a conservatorship was. Oh, he said when he signed it that the mom told him adoption, conservatorship was adoption, that they were the same thing. Like, meaning by you signing this. But no, but if it wasn't adoption, he wouldn't even had to sign. Think about it. He wouldn't have had to sign if they were adoption. He only had to sign because he was 18. And it was a conservatorship. You think Britney Spears signed on her conservatorship? No. The courts did that. But yeah, he basically signed over everything. At least get a man some of the profits. I didn't even see him at the Oscars. Did he go to the Oscars? Right, give us something. Jeez Louise. Or make y'all grown children do something. What they want athletic? Y'all wanted somebody athletic that can get out? Y'all want our attributes but don't want actually to be us? What is it?
That's what it is.
They gotta
Everybody want to be black, but don't until it's time to be black.
That's wild. But I really hope if this is true and I actually believe him, because I believe he thought that he was adopted. And if they find one clip of the mom or dad ever calling him our adoptive son or something like that, then that's proof.
So you don't think he knew? You don't think he was like in on it and he also knew that he wasn't really adopted?
No, I don't think he knew because I don't think he was smart. Not even not saying he was just a dumb athlete. I'm just saying I don't think he was. I think he trusted everything that they said. So if the woman said conservatorship is the same thing as us adopting you, I think he believed her. And we probably I like to do my research and you like to do your research, but at a younger age, we probably would have believed it too. But it sucks that they took advantage of that boy. It really sucks. And that was a good movie.
And also in adoptions, don't the biological parent also have to sign off on it?
No, they're not in the picture. I think he was homeless. He was unhoused. At the time.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna keep y'all updated on this because this is a story that I'm going to follow because it made big headlines because everybody knows that movie. It won Oscar for Sandra. I think that's literally her first and only Oscar. So we're gonna continue to follow this and we're gonna keep y'all posted on this. And hopefully he gets all of what he's asking for, including his share of the profits. Like he not even asking for all. See, I would be asking for all because it was my story and it wouldn't have happened without me. But he just asking for his share of the profits. He probably need money right now. When people retire, it's retirement not what people think it is. First of all, a lot of people, and I'm in finance, so I would know.
Oh my God.
A lot of people outlive their retirement money. Like you said, like back in the day, you can retire and have $500,000 to live, and that'll last you the rest of your life. But now, since people are living longer, you're gonna need $1 million to, and then you're gonna need to still not buy nothing. You can't go nowhere. You're gonna need to stay above board. Like, yeah. So he probably need money, and then probably realized that, hey, I should be getting something from this family. And then he probably saw, oh, I'm not even a part of this family. Like, how that hurts. Remember the movie, The Girl on the Milk Carton or something like that? Oh,
Yeah.
it's just old. It was such old but a goodie. Because that's like the first movie I remember seeing where a kid got kidnapped.
Yeah, she got kidnapped when she was very, very young. So of course the kidnappers, the kidnapper, she eventually thought that was her mom as she grew up. And then when she found out it wasn't, and I forgot how they found out, but she got reconnected with her biological parents, and they had money too, y'all. I was like, she need to go back with them. If that was me, I go up. And so her biological parents, she went to stay with them, of course, but she would like run away and go back home. And I remember asking mom, because we watched it together with her, and I was like, why would she do that? Can't she see she's hurting her biological parents even more? Like, because they lost her and now they're like losing her again, and it's not their fault. And then I remember mama saying, well, if y'all found out I kidnapped y'all, would y'all want to leave? And in
And
my
I
head,
said,
I didn't say it out loud. I was like, no, because at first in my head, I was like, well, if they was rich like that and had money,
that's
yeah,
what I
cool. What you talking about?
that's what I
But
said.
then
If
I
they
thought
got
about it and I
money,
was like, yeah, no, I wouldn't want to go stay with strangers either.
I
So
get
I
it,
got
but
it, but
it
it's
sucks.
sad. It,
It's
yeah.
really sad. Like in the movie The Other Side of the Ocean too, with Michelle Pfeiffer. Shout out to Michelle. But yeah, speaking of kidnapping, it made me think of the Breakfast Club, because Charlamagne them actually talked about it this morning, and he was like, they trafficked that boy. That's called trafficking. They saw that he was homeless and they took him in. They illegally adopt him, so it's called trafficking. And they was like,
And they
my
made
they was
money off of
like,
it.
correct. And they was like, mind you, if you see Envy, if Envy is seen with a little white girl walking down the street, all police is gonna swarm on DJ Envy, be like, what you doing with that little white girl? But the flip side, nobody questioned it. And he was like, they kept saying, why nobody questioned it? Why these white people was with a big black boy? Like nobody questioned it. Like in their little town.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, but yeah, nobody questioned it. Nobody saw any paperwork. It's just, and it's been, that's terrible. That's the very terrible story. But anyway, let's get to the highlight of the week, and this is a good one. I We are highlighting the NBA's newest Hall of Famer inductees. It was Dirk Nowitzki, Tony Parker, Paul Gasol, the 1976 U.S. Women's Olympic team. It was a cool, I think Greg Popovich also, but the highlight that everybody is on my social media is Dwayne Wade from Wade County. And he has too many stats for me to read, but he played with the Heat. I think he did one season with Chicago, I believe. I'm not sure, but the majority of he's the NBA three-time NBA champion. I think he won one by was it with him and Shaq, and then the other two with Chris and my boy LeBron. He brought his dad up on stage, which was a heartfelt moment. He gave a shout out to AI. He said AI actually was the one who welcomed him on stage, so AI sat on the side the whole time. And he said he wore a sleeve his whole time in the NBA because of AI. And that was amazing. And he said he wore the number 3 because of AI. And I'm like, okay, like that's great. That would be amazing to get to the height of your career or the finality of your career, and the person you looked up to is still alive, so you can thank them and say you inspired me to do such and such. But it was great. I watched his whole speech, 26 minutes. And I'm happy for him. He shouted out, UD Haslam was in the audience. He shouted out Mario Chalmers, Chris Paul, my boy LeBron, Carmelo Anthony. It was great. So here's a drink to you. D Wade, now you want to cheers to him? Or you cheers, D Wade? Brought a lot of good times to the city. And I did go to the first championship parade he won with LeBron and Chris. I went there. So me and Tommy, shout out to Tommy. So I was very excited, but I remember I had an umbrella and I left it there. So I got an umbrella in Miami somewhere.
Okay, great.
Okay, and that is all for our episode for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in, and also always remember to tune in on all the platforms. And also, if you want to see the visuals, you can go on the YouTube. Bye.
Bye. Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words with yours truly, the Fletcher Twins. Make sure you join us every week and rate, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit up our email at podcast.1000words@gmail.com with any questions or topics you'd like to hear us cover. Also check us out on IG at the Fletcher Twins and Facebook at A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words.